This week, I wanted to see what happened if I trained a little less, took an actual rest day, and kept everything else consistent. Up until this point, I'd basically been training every day and doing this as much as I could. Monday, I was super tired. I hadn't slept well Sunday night, but I knew I needed to show up. Just because I'm tired, like that wasn't an excuse to not go into the gym. And I knew that I'd feel better if I went in and put in some work. So I went in and just did some bag work, hit the bag for a little bit. It wasn't the best session I had. I didn't, burn the most calories or anything like that, but I got in there and I did the work. And sure enough, I did feel better afterwards, right? Like both physically and mentally. And I knew that that would be the case, right? I knew that if I went in and at least moved my body a little bit, that would be better than doing absolutely nothing. Tuesday, I was feeling much better, so I came in and my coaches wanted me to work on some grappling. Davis and we worked on some takedowns. We took turns taking each other down. I'm not that great at takedowns, but this is great practice. And so I'm going to keep doing this and hopefully get better at it. Davis was obviously putting that work on me. He's been doing this for a very long time, and it definitely shows, but I'm lucky that I get to train with someone as solid as him. He really made sure that I put some good work in. After that, Sean wanted me to work on a new pass. It's called an over-under pass for my jiu-jitsu. Being a big old boy has its pros and cons. Pros, top pressure sucks. Like, you do not want to be under me when I'm driving all my weight into you. But the con is I don't have a lot of mobility, right? I'm not fast. I'm not explosive yet. I move kind of slow. And so this pass, he said, would be really good for me because instead of trying to chase people down as they try to get away from me or shrimp out, I can just like grab onto their leg and pull them right on into me. That's great. That means that I don't have to, be really mobile. I can kind of use my body to my advantage. So it took me a few tries to kind of understand where my weight needed to go. But once I finally got it, I could definitely feel the difference. And I'm sure that Davis was feeling the pain of all my body weight coming down on him. But he was a great training partner and really let me work through some of these moves. So that was great. Midweek, I kind of pulled back a little bit. Wednesday and Thursday, I kind of just came in, did 10 minutes on the bike, 10 minutes on the SkiErg. I've been going hard for 5 weeks, so I figured that, again, doing something to make sure that I don't burn myself out and I stay locked in is good. Ultimately, some movement is better than no movement. And then Friday was my rest day. I took the full day off. I hadn't taken any since I started this 5 weeks ago. I've been going 7 days a week. And so I decided, hey, like one day isn't going to mess up all of my progress. Like I also need to let my body heal and recover and feel good. The meals are still pretty basic. I've been mostly changing the sauces and things like that just to keep them entertaining, especially when I have a week like this where I maybe didn't train as hard as I usually do. Like I need to make sure that the diet stays locked in. Saturday was definitely my main training session for the week. I went into the level 2 defensive class at the boxing gym. We worked on defense and then we moved into some pad work. There's definitely a lot of moments where it's starting to feel a little bit more natural, but I definitely have a long ways to go. The art of boxing, there's just so much, right? There's so much to think about. The punches you're throwing, the punches they're throwing, defense, positioning, movement. There's a lot. And so it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. And so going to this level 2 class is great because you really kind of get to slow down and think and work through some of these things in an effort for them to become more natural. One, two, three, slip. 3, 2, 5, 2. Yeah. 3, slip. 3, 2, 5, 2. Yeah. 3, slip. 3, 2, 5, 2. Got it. Yeah, there it is. So week 5 just finished, and it's time for my weekly weigh-in. Let's see what I'm at. 309.6. That's the official weight for this week. Kind of like in line with what I was expecting. Like I said, I'm looking for about 2 to 3 pounds per week. That puts me down about 2 pounds from last week's weigh-in. So I think that's pretty good progress. The scale is moving downwards. That's ultimately what I'm looking for. So pretty happy with the progress. My next target is to get under 300 pounds. I'm working towards that. I'm hoping that I can get that done by the end of the month. I'm going to go back to training hard and making sure that I'm getting really good training sessions, pushing myself. Subscribe to see how long it takes me to lose 100 pounds. I'll see you guys in the next one.